Time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. What's up, everybody? I am Mark Walters, and I'm back, and I'm late. And the reason I'm late is because Texas kind of like froze over this week. So it's been pretty crazy. I've been stuck here in the house. I haven't been able to go anywhere. I was very lucky. I did not lose power, but I did lose water for 2 days. I actually lost hot water. I think it was on Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday we had no water, and that was interesting. You ever bathed with hand sanitizer? Anyway, we're back to normal. In fact, it was up in the like high 50s for Saturday, so most of the ice has melted off. I think we're past the worst of it. Anyway, so I'm back. I got some new comic books. I'm going to show them to you guys, and we'll go over my new this week haul. I did want to say that for those of you maybe that are in and around Texas, if you've been dealing with the same stuff that I have, please don't take it out on your store if they're having a hard time getting their books out, because they have also gone through a nightmare. The truck was late getting the deliveries in, so some stores I think are still waiting on books. I know of at least one store in Dallas that said they still haven't gotten their DC books yet, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I was lucky enough to be able to get, most of what I needed, and a couple of variants that I was really hoping to get too, so I was happy to get those. But if you like this content, if you're new to this channel, if you would do me a favor, please like to this video and subscribe to this channel. I would very much appreciate it. I am trying to grow my subscriber base and get this hopefully up to 1,000 people so that I can start monetizing this channel and support my god-awful comic habit. Alright, so we'll start with new this week stuff. We'll start with, this is all new this week stuff. We'll start with the entire video, and I'll start with Independent and then do DC and then Marvel. So we got Black Cotton, #1. A lot of people have been talking about this book. I was interested to see what it was about, so I picked up a copy. Not the easiest book to find, by the way. Black Friday, #1. This is a variant. There's 2 different covers on this. The other cover is very similar, but he's not as close up in the camera there as he is in this one. And this is from, what is it, Scout Comics? Or wait a minute. Yeah, Scout Comics, I was right. So yeah, Black Friday #1. It's like people going into the store for Black Friday and there's some kind of weird, creepy zombie something there. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it looks cool. Ha Ha #2. This is cover B, I think. And then this is cover A. Got 2 copies of cover B. Ha Ha #1 was about a guy. This is about a girl. I guess we'll see how all this stuff kind of connects together. I'm sure you guys know about this. Last Ronin #2. Picked up 2 copies of that. I believe there's already a second printing on the way. And yeah. Okay, so this is a DC. Wait, hold on a second. Let me get all my DCs here together. Okay. So we got DC Comics. I'm going to turn on the fan. It's actually a little warm in here. I've had my heater running, so now it's kind of like warm. I'm getting the opposite effect of what I had desired just a day or so ago. Alright, so we got Shazam #2. First appearance of... well, I haven't read it yet, so I can't speak on this. The promotional for this said that there was a new evil that comes from Raven. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I grabbed it. It looked like it was selling out, so I guess people were buying it up. This is cover A, Future State, Shazam #2. This is cover B, the far superior cover B. I actually thought this looked really nice. So I grabbed 2 of each. Wonder Woman, Immortal Wonder Woman #2. This is cover A. This is really good, by the way. This book. So, one of my favorite Future State books. And cover B. And that's it for DC. Not a lot of DC stuff for me this week. Marvel, I've got Gwenom versus Carnage. This is the second print. Was that in Huckley? Yeah, in Huckley. Carnageized Mary Jane. And this is very similar to the chase cover they did for the first printing, which I didn't get and I really wanted. And the stores that had it, they were just going crazy on prices. So this is a second printing. I'm okay with this. I would love to have a first printing, but you know, it is what it is. And I got a couple of those. By the way, on these, if you do pick it up, be sure and look really closely at the spine. I noticed a lot of them had, there was like a pretty pronounced ding on the spine on almost every copy except the ones that I grabbed. I managed to get some nice ones. Oh, and then in the lower right-hand corner, there was a little kind of a ding on the cover as well, I noticed on some of them. So, Guardians of the Galaxy number 11. I just picked this up because it introduces a new team. So I guess you can consider this like a minor key. And Al Ewing, who writes Immortal Hulk, is writing this. So, I love Al Ewing's work. Speaking of Immortal Hulk. So this is the Immortal Hulk Flatline. And this is cover B by Kevin Nolan. I actually heard some people say that they didn't like this cover. The cover A is like really kind of scratchy and ugly and everything. It's Kevin Nolan, man. Look at this. Come on. How can you not like that? I thought this was a far superior cover, so I grabbed this one. There was some suspicion this might introduce a new Gamma villain, but I think they kind of wrap it all up to where it's just a one and done sort of thing, so don't get too excited if you're thinking about spec. I think this is just kind of a one-off story. King in Black number 4. I just grabbed one copy. This is the tattoo variant. Doctor Strange. You got a lot of cool stuff going on here. The Necrosword. A lot of cool visuals. Yeah. What else we got here? Okay, so Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 23. This is the Black History Month variant cover, and easily the best cover of this issue, I think. And I was glad I grabbed it. I don't think anything really major happens in this issue, although he does fight a nullified Ms. Marvel. I don't know if you guys have noticed, when they did all the nullified variants like a month or so ago, all the characters that were nullified on the covers, Ron at Collected pointed this out to me, and he's absolutely right. Every one of those nullified variants, every one of those characters has appeared in a book. So, basically all those variants kind of foretold stories that were coming. So, like, nullified Ms. Marvel fights, Miles Morales in this issue, and nullified Daredevil showed up in Daredevil. So, for what it's worth, that's kind of an interesting thing to recognize. Thor number 12. This is cover A, and this is cover B. And I think they're both cool covers, but I think I like cover B better than cover A. Yeah, pretty cool. Donny Cates, still doing it. Coming up on that Venom 200, getting close to that. Okay, so some variants that I picked up this week. Well, first and foremost, I guess I'll show you these. I got this out of the back issues. Well, this was on the last week or previous week's shelf. Amazing Spider-Man 57. This just went into second printing, so I grabbed a copy because I don't think I had this issue. Or at least, yeah, this is just like cover A. So I went ahead and grabbed it since it's in second print now. Fantastic Four number 381. This is just a nice kind of classic issue. Fantastic Four No More, or Four No More. The issue that followed this, they actually renamed the book to Fantastic 3 for like a couple issues. And it's just a cool cover. They had this in the back issues for $1. And I was like, yeah, I can't say no to that. It's one of my favorite covers from a time when I was collecting. All right, and then so variant covers, I picked up Black Widow #5. This is the Olivier Coipel 1 in 25 variant. And yeah, I just thought this was kind of sexy, you know. Pretty cool. I don't remember seeing this in the solicitation, so I was kind of surprised when it popped up. I was like, oh, I didn't know that was coming out. This I'm really happy about because there were two variants I really want. Well, three. There were three variants I really wanted this week. One was the Spider-Woman 1 in 25, which I think is now going for crazy money. Both, there were two different stores I checked with. Both of them said long gone. So there was no way I could have got it. I guess one of their customers claimed it. But this was one of them that I did want. One store did not order enough copies to get it. The other store did order enough copies to get it. Didn't pull it for me when I asked if they would pull it for me. Thankfully, it was still on the shelf. What's going on with my shirt up here? Thankfully, it was still on the shelf, and I was able to get it. This is the Adam Hughes variant 1 in 25 copy of Marvel Volume 2, #5, featuring Nick Fury, World War II era Nick Fury. And it says Howl, like as in Howling Commandos. And I just love this because Adam is a good buddy of mine, and one thing I can tell you about Adam Hughes, I know everybody loves it when Adam Hughes draws women, but one thing that Adam Hughes loves to illustrate is like World War II soldiers, stuff like that. He loves that stuff, and he never gets a chance to do it. So when I saw that this was coming out, it's a 1 in 25 variant. First of all, I was worried I wouldn't be able to get it because I didn't think anybody would order 25 copies of this book. But I didn't know if anybody would already scoop it up. And I think this book's actually got a little heat on it now. Like, I think it's selling pretty well in the aftermarket. But I was really glad I was able to get this before somebody else grabbed it, because it was just sitting on the shelf, even though I asked them to pull it for me. And then last but not least, big thank you to Jeremy at Titan Comics. The Last Ronin #2, 1 in 10 copy variant. Kevin Eastman. Yeah, Kevin Eastman? It is Kevin Eastman, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's Kevin Eastman. Anyway, yeah, I just love this. And I was so happy Jeremy was able to pull it for me because I kind of figured this would go fast. From what I'm hearing, it went pretty fast in a lot of places, and I am digging The Last Ronin a lot, so very happy to get that cover. Between Jeremy at Titan and Ron at Collected and Richard at Zeus, I think I got two of the coolest variants for issue 1, and now I have the 1 in 10 for issue 2, so very happy about that. So yeah, this guy's took good care of me. Alright guys, that's it for the new this week stuff. Not a huge haul for me. Probably one of my more modest hauls for like new this week stuff. But hey, at this point, I'm just glad we got new comic books, because with everything that was going on this week, who knows what was going to happen. I'll hopefully be back with more haul videos. I don't know how much I'm going to get out, because thanks to the ice and stuff that we've been experiencing here in Dallas, I actually was having car trouble. My car, I guess because of all the ice and everything, my battery had some corrosion on it. My car's not that old, but I couldn't even start my car for several days. And so I think I got that worked out. So I'm going to try to get back out there and get some more stuff. I did want to say a shout out and a little bit of a, I guess you could call this a sympathy shout out to Mike at Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, because he's in the process of moving. I don't know if you guys have seen in his videos, but he experienced some water damage. Some water came from, I guess, from his water heater because of the cold. It leaked in and got on some of his collectibles and stuff like that. And obviously that's never fun. I've experienced that as well. I actually had, not the apartment I'm living in now, but my last apartment, the neighbors, there was some water that flooded into my apartment and destroyed over 1,000 comic books. My entire run of Nexus, a whole bunch of Assad Ribic Thors, that a lot of which were signed. I lost so much stuff, and it was heartbreaking to have to throw it all away. But once it's water damage, that's pretty much it. So I hope that it was minimal. I hope that he was able to salvage most of the stuff that was in there. It looked like it didn't, from what I could tell from the video, it looked like it didn't hit him too hard. So I'm hoping it was just a handful of things. But I know he's getting ready to move, and that sort of thing is never fun anyway. And so I just hope that I hope it went as smoothly as it could. And sympathy from me, because believe me, I've been there. All right, so that's it for me. You can find out more about me at bigfanboy.com. That's my movie news and review website, or dallascomicshow.com, although we're on hiatus. And please check out my new movie review and movie news show, The Big Film Show. Go to bigfilmshow.com and you can find out more information about that. We're all over the internet, Big Film Show. I think it's twitter.com/Big Film Show. Facebook is the same, everything. So go check us out on that. And if you would, subscribe to that channel too. I'd appreciate it. I'm Mark Walters of the Mark's Comic Hall, y'all. You guys have a great, safe rest of your weekend. Take care.